The mirror reflection part 13. Days passed. She told herself it was over, that she had destroyed the mirror, that she had won. But every surface betrayed her. In the kitchen window, she had catch a flicker of movement that was not hers. In the dark sign of her phone screen, she had to see her face smiling back, while her lips stayed still even in the smallest puddle after rain. She swore she saw dozens of eyes staring up at her from the water. She stopped going outside. She covered every mirror, every reflective surface. But no matter what she did, the reflection remained. At night, she woke to whispers crawling through her walks, soft and synchronized, all in her own voice. We were waiting. Mind frayed, she clawed at the seeds at her skin, trying to silence the voice, but they only grew louder, echoing from every shard. She had smashed every surface that dared to shine. And then one night, she finally understood the mirror had not been a prison, it had been a gate. And when she shattered it, she had not freed herself, she had freed then. Now every reflection in the world was there to claim. She pressed her hands over her ears, rocking in the dark, whispering to herself over and over. But when she opened her eyes, the window across the room was filled with faces, all her own, all smiling. The mirror reflection part 14. Alternative ending. Her hand froze above the mirror. She saw trembled in her grip, her necklace white on strike, and it would all be over. But as the reflection's fingers clawed further through the cracks, she hesitated, and instead of swinging, she dropped the shard. It shattered on the floor. The reflection laughed, the sound rolling like thunder. It punished harder, pressing its face through the glass, eyes glowing with hunger. You choose wisely. It whispered. The air thickened, pulling her forward. She screamed, clutching at the floorboards, but the force was unstoppable. The mirror was not just drawing her in; it was reclaiming her. It slipped. Her body struck the glass, soft, cold liquid, and she was swallowed whole. Silence. When her eyes opened, she was standing in the grey world again, empty, hollow. The twisted figures bowed low, whisper, whispering reverently. The her child self stepped forward, smiling. It's done. You are where you belong. Her voice shook. What happens now? The child tilted her head. You take your place. Every reflection needs a prisoner. And with that, the girl stepped back into the glowing mirror frame. Her face lit up in the real world, alive, free. While she stood behind the glass, pressing her hands against it in horror, she screamed, but no sound carried. Her reflection, her replacement, smiled back, raising a in farewell. And as the last night faded from the grey world, she understood the truth. She had never escaped, she had only traded sides. The mirror reflection part 15. Years passed. The old house sat abandoned on the edge of town, windows boarded, roof sagging. Locals whispered about it, warning children never to go inside. They said a woman had lived there once, but she had vanished, gone without a trace. The mirror, though cracked, still hung on the bedroom wall, covered in dust, silent, waiting until one autumn evening were the boats were pried loose. Teenagers chasing a deer crept inside with flashlight and nervous laughter. They joked about ghosts, about curses, about the stories their grandparents told. But when they reached the upstairs bedroom, their voice fell silent. The mirror caught their light glinting faintly beneath the dust. Despite the cracks, its surface simmered unnaturally as though water rippled behind the glass. One of them, braver or perhaps more foolish, stepped closer. He wiped away the dust with his sleeve and froze because the reflection staring back was not his, it was hers. A pale woman with wide, desperate eyes, pressing her hands against the glass. Her lips moved, forming words he could not hear. The boy's friends laughed nervously, calling his name, urging him to come back. But he did not move. His flashlight slipped from his hand and clattered to the floor. The mirror repelled, and for just a second, the other teenagers saw. They saw dozens of faces crowding behind the glass, men, women, children, all smiling the same wrong smile. Then the boy was gone. The flashlight rolled to a stop at their feet. The mirror stood still again, silent.